Hello everyone, a very good afternoon. Right now it is 2:30 p.m. England Standard Time and 1 o'clock Dubai Standard Time. A very good afternoon. I hope each and every one of you present for today's live streaming session is having a fabulous day. Yes, the markets have turned out to be bearish since the onset of the market open, since today morning. Today being 18th of November, a Monday, the starting of the week, correct? So, nonetheless, we are going to be talking about how our trades have been running out, the trading recommendations, correct? The hot stock ideas, the hot stock recommendations that we have been suggesting, how are they going to be playing? And we will be having a good amount of discussion on those. So I hope everyone is ready for today's second live streaming session. All right, let's start today's live streaming session with a quick introduction about the one and only Harsh. I am Harsh. I have 8 years of trading experience. I have been trading the forex markets as well as the indices markets such as oil, gold, and silver, and also been looking at the US indices such as the Dow Jones 100, the Dow Jones 30, the Nasdaq 100, and the S&P 500. Currently, we are also looking at the Indian share market, whereby we are analyzing the blue chip indices such as the Nifty and Sensex, as well as analyzing individual Indian stocks. So, I am more of a technical trader. I specialize in technical analysis. When it comes to technical analysis, there are so many various concepts and different categories when it comes to technical analysis, but I specialize in supply, demand, price action, order flow analysis, wave analysis, swing analysis, as well as Fibonacci retracement analysis. So I have been blessed to be mentored, to be guided by some of the brightest minds in the financial industries. I have had the privilege to be taken under the wing of certain people who used to work as flow traders on the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. So it's been a huge blessing for me that I have been able to learn and gather knowledge and experience from such bright minded people. I have also been successful in managing around $20 million worth of portfolios and have been able to generate a return of around 30 to 35% on an annual basis. The reason I'm sharing this information with you is so that you can be rest assured that you are being guided, you are being mentored by someone who has good knowledge, who has the experience and the expertise to back it up. All right, so let me start today's second live streaming session with a question that everyone thinks about, or everyone would have thought about in some point in their life. Do you think it is able to make money in the financial markets, or do you think it is not possible to make money in the financial markets? If you think it is possible, write down in the comment box. I want you to know. I want to know you know, your opinions, your thoughts about it. If you think it is possible to make money in the financial markets, please type one in the chat box. And if you think that maybe Harsh, I do not know how to make money, or I'm not, I have not been successful in making consistent returns, then please type two. I'm pretty sure a lot of you would be saying that, Harsh, yes, we are aware that we can make money in the financial markets, but when it comes to making money, we do not know how, because we do not have the right mentor, we do not have the right guide, we do not have the right education. So there might be various factors that might be coming into your mind in terms of why you are not successful when it comes to the financial markets. And that is what exactly me, Harsh at Dolphin Markets, is here to provide you. I am here to provide you with valuable information, right? Information in terms of analysis, information in terms of money making opportunities, right? We call them as hot stock recommendations, as well as with providing you with education, right? education pertaining to technical analysis. So when we, as in me, as in Harsh and Dolphin Markets as a company, as we are so clear with us providing valuable information to our beautiful community, I am pretty sure that yes, it is of vital information that you understand and believe that we can provide you with that service in terms of making money, correct? Making profits. It's very important to understand that we have been consistent all the way from 18th of September, correct? Today is the 18th of November. So within a span of 2 months, correct? We have been able to generate a profitability of 135%, correct? On a span of 34 trades. So we have been showcasing to the public that yes, we at Dolphin Markets are, more than enough capable in terms of providing you with consistent and reliable returns. All right. Very important to be aware that we are literally providing you the date, the name of the stock, the opening time, the direction, the entry point when the trade is taking place, and once the trade starts to run in our favor, we also provide you, and comes closer to target, we provide you the date, the price at which the trade was closed for profit, and the profitability ratio value percentage. Please understand, we have analyzed and we have come to a point where we have understood that 5% profitability is the most practical and consistent way of generating profits, right? There are times when we have made 2%, there are times when we have made 11%. So we have been quite consistent when it comes to taking trades and making money. All right. So we have our trades which are currently running. As you can see, the last trading opportunities that were taken and closed were around 7th of November. Please understand, the markets are dynamic. The markets run on probabilities and not certainties, correct? So we have been taking trades, and as and how trades are running, we are showcasing you that yes, it is possible to make money. These are the trades that have been taken and squared off, correct? So we do have trades that are running. Like I said, the markets are dynamic, correct? And we as analysts, we as mentors are here to provide you with high probability money making strategies, right? So recently we'll be looking at a couple of our watch list hot stock holdings which are currently approaching target, correct? Please understand, the reason we are showcasing our potential, our prudence when it comes to making money in the financial markets is for you to be aware that yes, there is a company called Dolphin Markets, there is an analyst called Harsh, and they are doing their best in terms of providing you with valuable information in terms of money making. All right. It's very important to understand that if I had to ask you a question in terms of, do you think it would be possible to generate such kind of returns by yourself? And I'm pretty sure the answer would be no way, correct? Because you might be aware of making 5% or maybe 25% for some, 5% based on fixed deposits by you keeping your savings in a bank in a fixed deposit and making 5 to 7% on an annual basis, or putting your savings into little more risky products such as mutual funds, SIPs, where you are able to make around 25 or maybe 35% returns on an annual basis. Here we have been showcasing you based on real time data that we have been able to generate 135%, not on one, not on two trades, but on a consistent number of trades, right? 34 trades to be precise. Since our we are providing you with a lot of valuable information, we have kept the doors open for everyone and anyone who wants to be a part of Dolphin Markets, who wants to understand and analyze what value we are providing. Remember, with such high value content, we would be wanting it to be shared with only VIPs, people who are willing to invest and who are willing to take action in terms of making money. But since we are entering into the England markets and we are currently in the marketing phase. We have kept the doors open, and anyone and everyone is allowed and is welcome to see how we are performing and take advantage of it, right? So please make sure it is a limited time offer where we are going to be showcasing our skills only for the next 2 to 3 weeks, right, on our public platforms. And after that, we will be going private. So make sure you understand the value that we are able to bring to you, and as well as get onboarded onto dolphin market, so that if you can make money in the Indian share market where we are entering, and we have been making really good profitability, you can be rest assured that we can make much better returns in the international markets, correct? The forex, the gold, and CFD markets. So please make sure to stay tuned, attend all our live streaming sessions, and we continue. All right, now let's go and look at the charts. Since the markets are running, we have certain certain trades which have been running, correct? So we had shared with you the trade on RBL Bank. Let me just make sure everyone can see it. All right, perfect. So the RBL Bank trade Hotstock recommendation was shared to you on 14th of November, right? 14th is going to be a Thursday. So last week we had provided to you a hot stock recommendation on RBL with entry price between 150, 153, and the 5% profitability level between 158 and 162. As you can see, the prices have entered well into the area of target, right? Though the prices had come and had triggered based on the 153 price area, from the current price where we had got filled, we can see that the prices have rallied. So in terms of the movement of prices have traveled by around 4%, right? 1% short of hitting our profitability target of 5%, correct? Nonetheless, we will see how the markets are progressing, and based on the market conditions, we will update you. But please bear in mind that it is very close to our target area. Let me remind you, for people who have taken the trades, I'm very happy for you. A big round of applause for everyone who is taking action, who is clicking the buttons, who are taking action. Remember, the entire gameplay of making money in the financial markets is not about having knowledge, it's about taking action. You might have all the knowledge in the world, but if you do not put that knowledge into use, right? You need to put the knowledge into use in order to reap the benefits. Remember, everything in life has a risk factor associated with it. It is our job in terms of taking that risk, taking that initiative, taking the action, which is important for you to start making money. As I was telling in terms of our stock tracking report, we have been consistent. We are not basing our profits based on one or two trades. We have been consistently providing you with trades and letting you know as and how the prices are coming closer to target, so you can book profits and make money, correct? So coming back to trading view, as you can see, the prices are well within the profit target, but since we had got filled in at 153, as you can see, we would be letting prices, the orange dotted line, or let me change the color, let me make it as yellow. Okay, yellow is very hard to see. All right, let me just keep it to orange. So the orange dotted line is where we would be achieving our 5% target. Prices have currently come to 4% profitability, with a 1% shyness of reaching our profitability target of 5. But nonetheless, let the markets keep doing what they have to do, and as and how the prices are coming closer, hopefully we will let you know in terms of where to close and where to make money. All right, this was the first watch list hot stock recommendation that we have been looking. RBL Bank, it comes into the banking sector, correct? Then we were looking at ZAGGLE. Now this is a trading opportunity that was provided to you on 11th of November, right? So 11th of November is last week's Monday. exactly 1 week before. We had provided you to enter at around 4:30 and 4:34. Remember, ZAGGLE comes under the technology services packaged software sector. As you can see, prices are inclining and encroaching towards our target. We are currently sitting at a 3% appreciation, right? 3% profitability rate of percentage, just 2% shy of achieving our 5% target. So this is the second hot stock opportunity that is currently on our radar in terms of making money. We did look at IP rings. So IP rings is basically in the producer manufacturing industrial conglomerates sector. Right now, the prices had a strong initially started today's day with a strong bullish momentum where prices had entered back into our area of entries, right? But nonetheless, prices are right now sitting over there. We did see prices appreciating by almost 3%, right? But still 2% shy of our 5% profitability target. Nonetheless, we will keep an eye and we will let you know, understand the value that we are able to provide you. We are providing you with real time entries and real time targets as well, right? Everything has been, informed to you well in advance. All you have to do is keep attending our live streaming sessions. Make sure your trading account is open and active, correct? Because once we are out with the trading hot stock recommendation, all you have to do is follow our instructions, follow where to enter and where to close trades to make money, correct? In terms of position sizing, we always recommend a position size of 10 to 15% of your account. So for those people who are asking, Harsh, do we need to go all in? No, we are into trading. We are not into gambling, correct? So in trading, everything is meticulous. We have a strict structure that we need to follow in terms of position sizing, in terms of entry, and in terms of booking targets. Please do remember that as and how the markets are running, we will keep you updated. But there is a very important piece of information that I need to share, to showcase as well. When we are providing you with a hot stock recommendation, we do provide you with the entry and 5% profitability level, but we also provide you with further targets, right? Where there is a potential for prices to continue till which, for example, for RBL Bank, since we're talking about RBL Bank, it is coming closer to the 5% profitability target. But we do have the targets which are extended, right? First target and second target. Since our main goal for these live streaming sessions is to provide you with consistent, trades and consistent returns, we are, understood it and have analyzed it quite thoroughly that 5% is the right target in terms of closing trades on a regular basis and making consistent money, right? I hope people are understanding. I hope people are having a great time in learning and in earning, correct? When you can learn and you can earn at the same time, there is nothing better than that, correct? Let's go back to the charts and let us see and analyze how the prices are moving. Just a 1.5% movement in our direction, and we will be booking 5% profitability on ZAGGLE. All right. In terms of RBL, RBL Bank has entered into our area, but since we had got filled in at the extreme level, right, at 153, our target, we had got filled in at 153. All right. So based on our entry level at 153, the prices have moved in our direction by 4%, but we are trying to capitalize on 5%. So we will still keep an eye on these two trades as well. Let us look at the other hot stock ideas that we had showcased. As I had discussed in today's first live streaming session, since there is a lot of geopolitical uncertainty that is still going around, with a lot of capital that has been outflowed by the FIIs, correct, by the financial institution investments, and with a strong correction taking place in the international crude oil markets, we have seen, especially when it comes to oil companies, right? Companies within the oil sector, they have been having quite a bearish sentiment. So we will keep you updated in terms of whether additional trades would have to be placed or any other form of instruction. We will let you know. All right. Then let's look at Gilday Plastics. Again, we had talked about this again and again. Prices were coming into a very strong area of resistance. We had our trades placed around 280 to 280, 290 levels. We had exited, though we had a trade running somewhere over here at around 344, 345. We had informed that prices might reverse, and prices have done exactly that. Similarly, with Annapurna, this company is basically into the manufacturing of snacks and food products, correct? So with Annapurna, entry 2 and entry 3 have made good amount of profit. With entry 1, for people who had taken trades on 1, 2 and 3 entries, have been net positive. So the trade has been done and dusted. Our real bank is on the way to achieving our desired profitability ratio of 5%. Eventil, with the onset of US elections and with Mr. Trump winning, Eventil coming into the IT and electronic technology sector has been taking a hit. The IT sector, as of today, has been on a very bearish sentiment. The prices have been correcting quite significantly. Nonetheless, for any updates on this particular price, on this particular stock, we will let you know. But please bear in mind, for people who have entered at the levels which we have mentioned and have closed, that is a good job, right? The whole purpose of showcasing the example of Avantil again and again is because we need to get it clear to our clients that if you are attending all our live streaming sessions, if you are meticulously taking trades at the earliest, the moment I have a hot stock recommendation on my radar, I will let you know. But just by letting you know, that is only halfway done. You have to take trades on your platform, right? On your trading accounts. And you have to take trades so that you can make money. For people who have taken trades at 165, we had provided you with an entry between 165, 170. The prices have been sitting exactly to the best entry possible, and we have achieved target not once, not twice, but thrice, correct? That is the reason. Follow the instructions of what Harsh is saying. Take trades. Take trades. How will you take trades? By keeping your platform open and active. Take trades and make money consistently, correct? Then we looked at even Punawala. Punawala is basically into the finance, rental, and leasing. We had mentioned that it basically engages, it's a non banking finance company, right, which engages in the provision of consumer and MSME financing through its pan India network. So we were talking about this particular trade based on the 1 hour. Prices had come into a strong area of a structure which is called as a shoulder head shoulder pattern. It's basically an inverted head and shoulder pattern. Prices have been holding the zones quite consistently, but with our entries provided right now, we are still, in the negative. As and how, remember, the IT sector and the banking sector have taken quite a toll, right? With all the macroeconomic factors that are currently taking place. So we are currently analyzing in terms of, what the markets are doing, what this particular stock is doing, and any updates or any changes in the markets, and we will let you know. IP Rings, as discussed, started on a very good note as of today with a price appreciation of almost 4.45, right? 0.5% short of hitting over 5% profitability, but nonetheless, the prices are still in the green. They are still making profit. As and how the markets are updating, we will let you know. And coming back to ZAGGLE, I'm pretty sure ZAGGLE should achieve our profitability rate of 5%. It just has to traverse around 1.3% in our favor, and we would be good to go for this particular hot stock recommendation as well. All right, so this is the entire watch list that we have been talking to about. The main reason we are having these live streaming sessions is to show that yes, you can make money, and to also let you know how to make money, correct? By just following our instructions diligently, by taking action, by placing trades on your brokerage account, you can make money. You can make money consistently, all right? So hopefully people have been able to understand. Let us quickly have a quick look in terms of Zaggle, right? So in terms of Zaggle, let me show you based on the screener, correct? We did have a talk about Zaggle in the morning again. So Zaggle has been having a market cap of 5419 crores with a stock price to earning a ratio of 77.8, which is quite high, right? It is overvalued. We would generally prefer to have a ratio between 20 to between 20 and 30. Book value is at 50, current price is at 442, and return on equity is at 14.1%, right? So in terms of its movements, in terms of its pros, sorry, the company has reduced debt and the company is expected to give a good quarter. I guess the quarter has already been come out and it is better than expected, and that is the reason why there is such a strong, bullish sentiment. Um, in terms of some of its competitors, you have the names such as Oracle, PB Fintech, Coforge, Tata Elixir, Tata Techno, KPIT Techno, First Star Solutions, and Zaggle. Nonetheless, right, in terms of its PE ratios, it is quite overvalued, right? And market cap in terms of rupees and crores has been at 5419, quite less compared to its competitors. In terms of dividend, it has not been providing any sort of dividend, and in terms of its quarterly sales variance at 64. That is quite decent, right? But the appreciation in price that it has been showcasing. In terms of its sales, the prices, the values have been rising since the last years, correct? Sorry, since the last quarter. So 273 in the quarter, first quarter, June 2024, it has shown a slight decrease of 252, but it has risen again, correct? By September 2024. Expenses have also risen slightly compared to the previous quarters, and the operating profit, right? The profit that is generated based on the operations carried out by the company right now is sitting at 27. So that is quite, conducive numbers. In terms of net profit, based on the last two quarters, we are currently sitting at 19, which is quite good, right? And in terms of earnings per share in rupees, the March 2024 values were at 1.56, with June being at 1.37, and the values for September being at 151, slightly less compared to March, but nonetheless more than June. So we are still having progressive numbers indicating that yes, the companies is doing well. Now, in terms of its, recent announcements, there are currently none in terms of recent announcements, except for announcement under regulation, award of order, receipt of order. Anyways, let's quickly get back to the charts in terms of seeing how well the stock is on its way. Now, if you're going to look at it from a technical analysis perspective, right, starting on the daily time frame, we can clearly see that there has been a good area of, resistance comes support, correct? So that area that was resistance that has flipped and turned into a support, we call these as flip zones. Prices have been holding that zone with an additional layer of support right above it. So prices have been holding the support area at 400. If we look at it in terms of drawing trend lines, we can clearly see that prices were basically in a channel, correct? In a flag path. This is called as a bull flag, right? Bull flag pattern. So let me just showcase you in terms of a channel we would need to use a channel, correct? So let me just find the channel. I will use a rotated rectangle. That is also quite good. Now, in terms of the price movement, the prices had been quite substantial, right? When it has come into movement, where prices were basically consolidating, right? Prices were consolidating, prices were moving, and with a bull flag, it's basically a continuation pattern with prices continuing, then consolidating, and since the breakout has taken place as of now that we can see, there is potential for prices to continue higher as well, correct? With prices continuing and with opposing, because we have to understand, we have looked at areas where prices have been holding, but we also have to be aware of places of areas that might show some kind of resistance. So we are well, our 5% take profit is well before the areas of probable resistance zones, correct? Nonetheless, we can see strong movement taking place. This has been more of a daily time frame analysis. Then, if you come to the 4 hour analysis, the prices have been doing something similar. Let me just make sure that I can use the tools, right? I need to use a range. I'm not able to find the range. Let me just use the rectangle again. Let me just quickly check if I can find it again. No problem. We will use the trend lines as our best mode of analysis. Prices are currently sitting in a bear channel, but please bear in mind it is not exactly a bear channel, but it is a combination of a bear channel and a candlestick form, a chart pattern formation called as bull flag, right? With bull flag, we basically have a pole and a flag that is currently happening. And if prices are able to close above, there are chances for prices to continue much higher. Nonetheless, we do not want to be over optimistic. We just want to make sure that we can take trades and we can make consistent profits, right? And consistent profits is equivalent to making consistent money. Prices are currently sitting in the channel with our 5% target being around 451 and 455. We will keep an eye on this. With RBL Bank also running in our desired direction, let us look at RBL Bank when it comes to the fundamental analysis of this particular stock as well, correct? Let me open RBL Bank. All right. So in terms of RBL Bank, let us go quickly and find out the values of RBL Bank and based on fundamental analysis, correct? So RBL Bank, as we had mentioned, RBL Bank, of course, comes into the banking sector. It's a small cap company with a market cap of 9,408 crores. And in terms of performance, the performance of the company has not been that well. Valuation is undervalued, which is a good sign that prices are cheap for this particular stock. The growth is slightly lagging behind the markets in financial growth. Profitability, it's showing good signs of profitability. Entry point is underpriced. And okay, in terms of the key metrics, we have a trailing 12-month PE, right? Price to earnings ratio of 7.89, a price to book ratio of 0.63, and a dividend yield of 0.9. So the company has numbers which are promising as well as it has dividends. So it is a good it's a good chain of numbers that are showcasing optimism of the company. Comparing to the sector P, right? Sector price to earnings, we have it to be undervalued in terms of sector PB with a value of 2.39. The company 0.63 is also undervalued and a sector dividend yield of 1%. So that are also good when it comes to showcasing optimistic number. Let's look at the income statement. Now, for the financial year of 2023 and 2024, along with the 12 months trailing, correct? Trailing 12 months. TTM stands for trailing 12 months. The revenue has been appreciating in value from 12,000 to 15,000 all the way to almost 19,000, correct? Coming to net income from 919.55 in the year 2023, we have seen a shoot to 1,259 for the financial year 2024, with the last 12 consecutive months accumulating a value of 1192. In terms of earnings per share, from 15.34 in the year 2023, we have seen an increase in value to 20.92 for the year 2024 and 19.7 for the last 12 months. So the numbers have been appreciating, the numbers have been showing consistency in terms of company performing well. Coming to current markets, we can, coming to the balance sheet, we can see the current assets right now has been at 14,423, with current liabilities being at almost 103,470, correct? So the liabilities have shot up. Remember, it is a bank, it is not a company that produces goods, it is a company dealing with finance, dealing with money, right? A lot of transactions taking place, so you cannot have the same parameters based on a company that is producing physical and tangible products, correct? When it comes to the cash flow, for the net change in cash in the year 2022, it was at 6,000. The year 2023 saw a deficit of negative 9,030, but we have recovered quite significantly for the year 2024. In terms of free cash flow, we had a value of 6178 in the year 2022, with a strong deficit of a negative 11,275 in the year 2023, but the numbers have come back to be profitable, correct? In terms of, sorry, net positive of a value of 4,751. The numbers are significant, yes, compared to the previous year. This year has been great for RBL Bank. Let us keep having a look in terms of what the charts are showcasing in terms of hitting our target profit. So when we're going to look at it, let's start looking at it from a daily perspective, right? So in terms of daily, the prices are currently falling down and down. We have mentioned the required details, right, in terms of our 5% profitability. Please understand that the 5% profitability target is well within a flip zone, right? I have been talking about flip zones where prices have been, which should have acted as support, have been taken out. So a previous support that gets taken out gets converted into a resistance. So we call these zones as flip zones. All right, prices are right into it. We still have potential for prices to continue slightly to our 5% target. For this particular trade, we were filled in at 153, the highest price point that we had showcased. We had provided to you an entry between 150 and 153. So prices have just tested 153, and based on that, we are currently sitting at a 4.23, correct? So a percent shy from hitting our 5% profitability. But nonetheless, we will keep you updated. The prices are inside an area called as flip zones, and we need to be a little careful in terms of, you know, letting the trade run. But this is what it is. Yes, the prices have been clearly in a downtrend, correct? But with the corrections taking place, we can expect prices to go and hit our 5% target. For those who have taken trades at entry 1 as well, we have entry 1 which was provided to you on 14th of October, right? Almost a month back. And our entry 2 being between 150 153. So the average price for the two trades comes to 177.5. So for those who have taken trades on entry 1 and entry 2, we would be waiting for prices to approach the 177.5 area for you to to provide you with more instructions. For those who have just taken entry 2, very good. The prices are running into our direction. Just the orange dotted line showcases where we would be hitting our 5% target. So it is still around 0.6% away. But nonetheless, we would want to. We have optimism. We have expectation that the prices should go and achieve the target. Let me remove the watermark. It creates a little bit of distortion. All right, now it's much better. All right, so this has been more of about ZAGGLE and about RBL Bank, correct? As we had discussed, the other trades that are currently running, yes, they have been slightly, going in a negative, especially when we're talking about companies such as Hindustan Oil Exploration, correct? But remember, guys and girls, the markets are dynamic. The markets keep changing. We are analyzing the markets and we are providing you with structures. We are providing you with entry recommendations based on high probability, correct? Just because it is high probability does not mean that it is certain. That is the reason we are improvising our trades and providing you with updated market analysis based on the current market conditions. Correct? I hope everyone is having a good time. I hope people are learning. It has been a fantastic day, right? Today, with ZAGGLE performing well, with RBL Bank, almost on the way to hitting our 5% profitability. I think we are doing quite certain, correct? If you cumulatively look at the trades that have been provided to you, RBL Bank is currently sitting at almost a 4% profitability. ZAGGLE is sitting at almost a 3%. ZAGGLE is currently sitting at a 3.5. So totally, we are almost at a running profitability of 7.5. How beautiful is that, correct? For people who have been putting their funds into fixed deposits, for people who have been putting funds into other financial instruments such as mutual funds, or other people who are managing funds, see, we have been able to perform much better. These are examples that are currently happening. These are real time trades that are running. So I hope people are able to understand the value that Harsh as well as Dolphin Markets are able to provide to you, correct? We have trades on IP rings. IP rings are also running. So if you consider IP rings as well, we are almost close to 8% profitability, right? 8% running profitability. We still have, a cumulative profitability of 15% that we are expecting for all the three trades combined. But nonetheless, with the most recent trades that are running into our favor, we have ZAGGLE and we have RBL Bank. All right. Hope people have understood. Hope people are understanding the value that we are able to provide, correct? With our consistent, probability trades that are being provided and are being booked for profits, you can be sure that yes, dolphin markets and Harsh are here for you, for the betterment of you, by providing you with top notch quality content, right? Content in terms of analysis, in terms of hot stock recommendations like the ones that you are seeing on your screen, and in terms of education. When we are able to provide such great results in a market that we have just entered, correct? Since we are entering into the Indian markets, we are showcasing people our potential of making money in the Indian stock market. If we can do so well in the Indian stock market, we can do much better in the international markets, correct? In the forex and gold and CFD markets. So please understand, we at Dolphin Markets are trying to provide you with money making opportunities in the Indian stock market and money making opportunities in the forex and the international markets, correct? The forex and gold markets. So we want you to make money from both hands, correct? And if you can make money in the forex markets, in the international markets, as well as the Indian stock market, as well as you can learn about technical analysis that we will be providing you in our third live streaming session today. You can be very well be rest assured that yes, Harsh and Dolphin Markets have been the company, have been the brokerage service that you have been dying for, Greg. You have been waiting for us to come. You weren't being aware that such a company exists that is not just providing its services, but is providing you with money making opportunities. And the numbers do not lie, and the numbers have been consistent, right? 135% profitability with 34 trades that have been taken over a span of 2 months. Today being the 18th of November, it is exactly 2 months since we had started by taking trades and closing trades from 18th of September. So I think that is commendable, correct? I hope. If it is commendable, write down in the chat box that Harsh, you are rocking. Harsh, you and Dolphin Markets are very good. Are rocking. You both are rock stars. All right. So let us quickly go and have a quick look before we would be wrapping up today's second live streaming session. Since I need to be clear in terms of letting you know that prices are approaching target, I would sincerely request that yes, the markets are going to be closing in the next 13 minutes, right? 12 to 13 minutes. So if you want, you can start to place your take profit levels between the zones as I have mentioned. For RBL Bank, we are currently sitting at almost a 4.2% profitability of which is quite considerate, right? Now, if someone is asking Harsh, do we need to put a target exactly at 5%? I would let you know that, I would inform you by telling you that you are your best judge. If you think that 4% is also good, that is good. We just want to maintain our analysis by being consistent by keeping it at 5. Does it have to hit exactly the 5%? Not necessarily. If our 5% profitability is at 160.5, you can start to exit by 159.5 as well. It's not that you have to be waiting to the pip, to the tick of price approaching the 5% target. Prices have traversed from our entry to our area of target, to our area of to our desired area of target of our 5% target. So if you are sitting at 4.2% to 4.5%, you are just shy away from 0.5 to 0.8% of the 5%. So I would let you take the call in terms of whether you want to close the trade and book profits as well. So please, you are the best judge. But in terms of our recommendation to close, we have provided you with the values and you can take the call, right? So 150, 153 is our entry. Prices are rallying up to our area. Prices have entered into the area of interest where we want to close our profit target. The orange color line is exactly where the 5% target for this particular entry is based on, right? Anywhere close to it, you can close the trade. It is very good. At the end, are you making money? Are you making money? Good, right? So that is the main that is the most important factor when it comes to financial trading. In terms of ZAGGLE, the prices are still have appreciated by almost 3.5%, another 1.5% more. So this trade, you can still be sure that you can still place your take profits well in advance, right? Between 451 and 455. The resistance is still far away, so we can expect prices to come a little higher and hit our 5% profitability target, right? IP rings currently is just sitting sideways. So we will be, letting you know in terms of any improvements or any updates that will be taking place. All right. So quick summary of what has been happening today. We did talk about Nifty also in the morning. Since morning, the prices have been correcting and the prices have entered into a strong, it's not exactly a support, but it is a resistance. It is a resistance support flip zone. All right. So previously it was a resistance that has been converted to support, As you can see, the prices are currently bouncing off from that area. We are talking about the 23 400, the 23 500 area, right? 23 400 level for Nifty. There could be a possibility where we would be seeing prices to correct. Now, based on this, then we looked at even Sensex, which is currently having the similar outlook where prices are sitting at the flip zone and the prices are holding it for now. We talked about Hind oil and the reasons behind Hind oil's huge correction that has been taking place in the markets, especially with the correction of the international crude oil prices. Correct. We talked about Gilde, we talked about Arnapurna, we talked about RBL Bank. With RBL Bank, please, again, a very kind reminder to all our viewers, to all our investors, make sure that the trades that you have placed, put a take profit in advance so that if the prices hit your target profit when you are not in front of the screen, you do not miss the opportunity of making profits, of booking profits. Correct. Prices are very well close to our take profit area. We are currently sitting at 4.2%. In terms of profit percentage, we would preferably want prices to go a little more in our favor. We talked about Evantil and how we had mentioned time and time again that it is very crucial to be present for all our live streaming sessions, and it is important that you take trades the moment they are shared by me to you. Correct. The quicker you take, the better the entry. The better the entry, the quicker you are able to hit the 5% target. Correct. We talked about Poonawalla. Poonawalla is currently sitting in a sideways motion since morning, with the inverted head and shoulders, which are currently holding, which I have marked over here, the left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder. With the current scenario, we do expect prices to continue higher, right? If any changes or any improvisations that have to be made, we will let you know. In terms of IP rings, it had started off very well, but still there is some kind of retracement taking. Nonetheless, the prices are right where we had provided you with entry. And last but not the least, ZAGGLE, right? So we have been doing quite commendable, a 7% appreciation, right? 7% running profits, correct? So that has been insane. Who has been able to look at 7% being made on a weekly basis, correct? This is a real live example. Almost a 3% on ZAGGLE and 4% on RBL Bank. So cumulatively, we are sitting at 7% in terms of running profits. All right. I hope people have understood well. If there are any kind of doubts, any kind of questions or queries, you can always let me know. I will try my best to, answer your questions and resolve your queries. If you have any other questions in terms of could you provide us with your analysis sheet, or could you provide us more details in terms of your hot stock recommendations, please, do not hesitate enough. You can just contact my team of assistants and they will be gladly helping you out, right? It would be their job to make sure that all your questions and queries are fulfilled as well. I hope everyone has had a good amount of understanding. Please do remember, this is Harsh, right? And there's a very common line that I keep saying to all my viewers, that I keep saying to all my clients, that when Harsh is here, there is nothing to fear. We have been showcasing you time and time again that all the way from 18th of September all the way till 7th, when we have taken trades on what stocks we have taken trades, we have provided you with the entry, the exit, everything has been mentioned in a very systematic and a very detailed order, correct? So I hope people have understood what value that we are providing to you. Quick reminder, since the value is of top notch quality, we will be keeping it open just for the next 2 to 3 weeks, correct? After that, we will be going private. The reason why we are keeping it public at the moment is so that people like you can analyze. Anyone and everyone is allowed to view our trade recommendations They can view the recommendations, they can understand how we are analyzing, what are the fundamental analysis talking about, what are the technical analysis talking about, how we are able to take a trade based on certain criteria, and how we are able to make profits consistently. All right, we do have trades that are running as in how we are talking. Hopefully, our real bank as well as ZAGGLE should be hitting our take profit areas by tomorrow, if not today. And we will be keeping you updated in terms of any other, changes that are to be made, especially when it comes to stocks which are kind of going against our favor. But like I said, trading is about probabilities, correct? Trading is not about certainty. So we will do our best when it comes to providing you with high probable hot stock recommendations. And for those trades that are currently going against because of macroeconomic factors, do not worry, right? When Harsh is here, there is nothing to fear. I will make sure to provide you with additional trades in terms of reducing your average price so that once the market turns, you can make money quickly. All right. Hope everyone had a good understanding. We did talk about ZAGGLE, and we talked about IP rings and sorry, RBL Bank based on fundamental analysis as well. We had seen the numbers increasing, correct? When it comes to the bank statement, the cash flows, and the values, especially for a company that is producing products, correct? How their assets have been increasing, and how the EPS, earnings per share, have been also appreciating in value over the last couple of quarters and the financial years as well. We covered so much today, but the main crux of people attending the live streaming session is, are you able to see the value that we are providing? Are you able to see where we have been, asking our clients, our investors, where to enter and where is the potential for prices to go till? So we have showcased you time and time again, but nonetheless, today's real time analysis has been mostly on RBL Bank and on ZAGGLE, showcasing that yes, there is prices that are going in our favor with a cumulative running profitability at 7%. How bad can it be, correct? The markets are going to be closing in the next 3 minutes. So whether the markets will be hitting our targets today would be of less probability, but we will see tomorrow how the markets open and we will keep you updated. I hope you all had a great understanding. Please make sure to come back again for the third live streaming session. We are going to be talking about technical analysis, correct? So we will be showcasing you more details when it comes to technical analysis, right? Education pertaining to technical analysis. All right, so make sure to stay tuned for today's third live streaming session, and I will catch you over there. So until then, namaste, and I hope you had a great time and take care.